Well, hi everybody, this is DearMamaSal, and the word of today is mistake. Well, hi everybody, this is DearMamaSal, and the word of today is mistake. I made a big one this week. Don't know about you, how did you do? My big mistake, very big mistake, was to, as some of you know, I'm busy in the final days of a possible sale of my house collapsing in the next 48 hours. So, it's pretty high stress. And then at the same time, I went shopping, and it's Halloween. And I didn't just buy a candy bar, I bought a box. Now, I don't know in what world I thought I could control myself with a box of candy. Chocolate candy at that. I don't know what universe I was in. Because I got home and it had a series of different bags of different makes of candy. And it was really weird. Because the first bag I went for, of course, was the Mars bars, the mini Mars bars, and I took 2. How many of you relate to that? Well, 2's fine. 2 minis are not going to be very troublesome to me at all. I can assimilate that with my pre-diabetes, and so I was quite happy with myself. Until I went back for another 2. I need to drink some extra water, there's no doubt about that. I'm definitely going to have to drink some water. Now when it got to 6, I knew I was in trouble. I knew I was in trouble because I was now totally in the sugar zone. And I'd forgotten what that feels like, quite honestly. And I'd forgotten what it's like to be sugar addicted and have discipline. Anyway, so long story short, there are no more Mars bars, mini Mars bars. They were polished off that night, the whole bag. Now, the reason I'm telling you that this is a mistake is that, look, I'm entitled to live and I'm entitled to have Halloween candy. I just need to be really careful, which I wasn't. But the mistake, the mistake was that I had forgotten the price that I pay for it. It's not just the fact that my blood sugar spiked, and it spiked a lot, doubled, but it's like getting it to come down again is a challenge. It's 2 days later, and I'm still too high for me. But it's the headache I can't get rid of. And I don't like to be popping ibuprofen all the time, right? Those little pills. Ibuprofen, right? I think ibuprofen is a much better word for them. One of my sons, Cisco, taught me that one. Anyway, so, it's just like, can I please get rid of the headache now? And I can hear the voice in my head saying yes. As soon as you have detoxified the sugar in your system, the headache will go away. I'm being punished, and quite rightly so, right? So now here's the thing. I've still got all this stress going on. Oh, by the way, I got enough control that the next morning I took what was left of the candy bars. I left some downstairs on the dryer for Yvonne and Wade, just so that they could enjoy a couple. And then what I did was I put the rest of them in the downstairs fridge. In other words, I can get to them, but I need to go down into the coal garage to do it. And I'm not likely to do that late at night because it would be noisy for Yvonne and Wade. if I go in and out of the garage, that makes a noise that they're not used to, and it would set off alarm bells. So anyway, I am paying the price, but in the meantime, I've still got the stress. And so now one of my thumbnails is just about gone. For those of you who know, I have long nails normally. Anyway, so that one's nearly gone because instead of eating candy, apparently I'm now eating my nails. This one broke, so that's all right. But this one I definitely played with last night. So again, I need to get a grip and not of candy, and do what I need to do to get back under control. Now you understand, I've got an awful lot of money on the line this week, and if there is a possibility that the person who came to have a look at it on Saturday could also be a potential buyer, and I will know that, I believe, tomorrow. But here is the thing, that the original offer expires on October the 31st, which is 2 days away, and I will need to they've asked me to extend the offer, in other words, to give them more time to sell their house, which I will do. And the reason I'll do it, if no other offer comes in, the reason I will do it is because I lose nothing by that. The house hasn't sold, and they are still keen to buy it, so why would I not extend it, right? There's no loss there. Plus, as I think I might have mentioned to some of you before, I also have a clause in my sell contract for the original buyer that says I am, allowed to continue to market the property, and if I get a better offer, they will be advised and they'll have 24 hours to match it or walk away and leave me free to do the second offer, which could happen tomorrow. And then just because there isn't enough stress about all of this, I've just heard that there's going to be another showing on Thursday. Now, that isn't necessarily a mistake until you know that I decided I'd get the paints out yesterday, and I started to throw paint around in my kitchen. And for those of you who don't know, I do art as a therapy, and I'll pop a picture in here if I can find it. So, this is like, yeah, right, how much more stress? So you're probably wondering, why am I laughing? Well, as I've said many times, aren't I lucky to have this problem? Think about it. Aren't I lucky to have a home that I bought 20 years ago that has increased in value? Aren't I lucky to have, that much money potentially going to be available to me to be able to downsize and live the next phase of my life? Aren't I lucky to have all of you around that, get amused by my antics and, the way I look at life? And so the reality is that life just is. All these things, I quite honestly, if you told me I'd be able to handle this the way that I'm doing it, I'd probably be quite surprised. And I must admit, even my realtor said that today in an email. They can't believe how calm I am under the circumstance. But how calm am I? See, I'll have a look. But what I'm working on is, how do I stay calm? What do I need to do not to panic? And I need to carry on with my life, not to panic. I don't need to sit around going, what if, because that will just drive me insane, and I really have no wish to do that. And so all I'm working on is just literally I get up in the morning and I tried. By the way, I didn't sleep well last night. You know, this is beginning to affect my sleep, obviously, because as much as I can control some of my daylight time, when I'm trying to sleep, that's different. And I think I got about 4 hours last night. But it's 4 hours better than none, and so I'm grateful for that. Yeah, you know, I try to make sure that every day I do something creative, and I did. I got up this morning, and before I had a shower and everything, I did the creative thing. I try to make sure I do something for the house every day, and I did that already. I cleaned up, the whole mirror and stuff like that. And then I try to make sure I eat properly. So I did have breakfast. I didn't do a fast because I think I've got enough going on at the moment today. So I didn't worry about my intermittent fast, which I normally do. I probably did 12 hours, but I didn't do my usual 16. So, and I just had some toast and butter. But I'm going home to a carrot and cucumber salad with feta cheese. That sounds nice, doesn't it? And yesterday, while I was busy throwing paint around, I made some chicken soup for the week, just in case things got out of hand. So I've got lots of chicken soup available to me. Apparently it's time for the children to leave school, and I don't believe I get any extra points. I got caught here once. Very sad. That house has got some interesting, scary things on it. So I made the mistake of buying candy. But the mistake was not buying the candy. The mistake was believing that I could control it. I guess in a way I should be proud of myself that I only inhaled 1 bag and not 4. I could look at the positive, couldn't I? Congratulations, Sal. You only inhaled 1 bag. The old you probably would have gone through the whole box before you stopped. Yeah, that's a positive. Okay, so this is DearMamaSal saying, think about what mistake you think you made today, and then ask yourself, was it really a mistake? Well, it certainly was a big learning lesson for me, because if you don't want to have a 3-day headache, you may want to stop doing that, son. This is DearMamaSal saying, keep your sense of humor, regardless of what is stressing you out. Otherwise, it'll be much too tough. This is DearMamaSal saying, look after one another, but most of all, please, 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 remember to look after yourself, and preferably not too much Halloween candy. Bye for now.